Changing your guitar strings regularly is one of the most basic, fundamental maintenance tasks you can do to preserve your guitar. Doing so is critical to your guitar's feel, sound, and longevity. If you neglect this task, grime can build up on the strings, leading to a dull sound. How yucky is that? Today, I'm going to show you how to change strings on an electric guitar to avoid all this hassle. Like practicing, this is something you should be doing on a regular basis to keep your guitar in good shape. Now, to keep your guitar skills and progress in tip-top shape, I want to give you my free, scientifically based practice guide for guitarists as a gift. Download it by using the link in the description, or you can grab it at zachcharguitar.com. Alright, so we're just going to go over some of the basic equipment you're going to need to change the strings on your electric guitar, okay? You're going to want to set yourself up ideally at a table of some sorts or a bench of some sorts. A lot of the equipment I'm going to use in this video came from a basic guitar maintenance kit that I got off of Amazon. The brand for this is Hivemind. But you can find these types of kits anywhere, and they're not too expensive. So you're going to want something like a mat to give your guitar some protection between itself and the table you're working on. You can also use some towels for this too, but I recommend a mat or something like this. The next thing you're going to want is a neck rest of some sort for your guitar, and I have this one from Hivemind again. What I've done in the past before I had some fancy equipment like this, I just use some rolled up towels to rest the neck of my guitar on, which makes it easier when you're using the tuning posts. Something else you're going to need, of course, is a new set of guitar strings. I happen to be using the Ernie Ball Super Slinky guitar strings. You're also going to need something to cut the strings with. I have these dedicated string cutters here that came with that guitar maintenance kit. You could also use a pair of pliers. Those work perfectly fine too. And something else you might want, this little device I have here is a little 2-in-1, but is a string winder. So this makes the whole process a lot quicker, and it's worth getting just on the time you save alone. And again, these aren't too expensive by themselves either. And you're also going to want a cloth to wipe your guitar down when you're changing your strings, just to keep it in tip-top shape. And you're also definitely going to need a tuner of some sorts. I just have one of these standard tuners that attaches to the headstock. I find this type of tuner to make the string changing process nice and easy because you don't have to plug it into anything. Alright, so once you've got your guitar settled on the mat and with the neck resting on the neck rest, go ahead and loosen the strings from the tuning posts, okay? So I'm going to do that right now. So from here, you can either loosen them all the way and just pull them straight out from the bridge of your guitar, or what I prefer to do is to just cut them just so it's more manageable when you're putting it in the garbage can and you don't have so much string to play with. So what I do from here is I take my string cutters and I cut each of the strings at around the 12th fret, like so. So even if we're cutting them, we still need to loosen the strings at the tuning pegs, because if we cut them while they're tight, we risk the string snapping and shooting up into our eyes or something like that. So this is just to keep us safe. So if you cut them, just unwind them the rest of the way at the tuning pegs and just pull them out and throw them in the trash. And when you're removing the strings from the bridge end, just pay special close attention to where the strings go through the bridge, because this will help you know where to put the new strings when you install those. Like on my guitar, they happen to thread through the back of the guitar. So now that all the strings are removed from the guitar, it's a perfect opportunity for you to take your cloth and wipe down the guitar, making sure you get all those nooks and crannies that you couldn't typically reach with the strings on the guitar. All right, so from here, open your new pack of strings, and you'll notice that there are usually a list of numbers on the package, and each pack that has an individual string in it has a number on it too that corresponds with the order on the outside. So this just tells you what the gauge of the string is. So if you get them mixed up, just refer back to this list, and it will tell you that the higher number indicates the thicker string. All right, so you'll notice that your new string has two different ends on it. One end is a plain end, and the other end is a beaded end, okay? So when you thread the new string in through the bridge part of your guitar, you're going to want to send the plain end first because the beaded end remains by the bridge of the guitar. So we're starting off with the low E string. You pull it all the way through the bridge of the guitar, and you pull the end all the way through the hole in the tuning post, okay? You'll feel the ball end at the bridge stop when you reached the maximum tension. So next we want to make sure we have some slack in our string and make sure we have just the right amount of winds going around the tuning post, okay? This will be about 3 winds or so, give or take. So to do that, you're going to take the string by the tuning post, by the side that's closest to the bridge and the neck of the guitar, and you're going to pull that string towards the bridge, and the distance you pull it back is going to be about the distance between 2 tuning posts, okay? Like so. And so what you're going to want to do from here is take that piece of the string, wrap it over the tuning post, and over that end of the string that you just pulled through. And make sure you wrap it so it goes inward toward the headstock of the guitar, okay? So it's going to go up and around. That part is going to go clockwise. And so to get the excess string out of the way, all you're going to do is just bend it upward. This will make winding a lot easier. So take your string winder if you have one, and you're going to want to wind the string so that way the excess part is going in towards the guitar like this. From this angle, it's going to be counterclockwise, but this same principle would apply in the opposite fashion if your guitar has tuning posts on the opposite side. So if you have tuning posts on the opposite side, the post on this side here, you would wind the strings so that way they go clockwise. And when you do this, you want to keep your index finger near the base of the string that's coming out of the tuning post like this. And you're going to want each wind to go under the previous wind. All right, so grab your tuner and see if the guitar is about tuned to the note you want to tune it to. We are definitely going to revisit this later because if we just tune it as it is now, it's not going to be all set. There's going to be some later steps, and you'll see why we have to do it again when we get there. So from here, you just cut the remaining excess string off as close as you can by the tuning post. And when you're on the last high E string, or you've reached the end of the tuning posts that are on one side of the headstock, just approximate the distance from one tuning post to the other using your fingers like this. couple things you want to keep in mind when you're doing this is that one, the strings end up threading through the grooves in the nut of the guitar. Those help keep the strings in place. And two, if your guitar has string trees like mine has, just make sure that the strings that are aligned with it go under correctly. Keeping the fingertip of your right hand right near the tuning post helps stabilize the string and helps ensure that it winds appropriately with each wind going under the previous wind. So last thing we want to do is make sure the guitar is tuned up and ready to go. But in order to do that, we need to first stretch the strings like so. So just take your fingertips under the string and pull up on them about 3 times or so at various points along the body and neck of the guitar. All right, now we're ready to tune up. It might take a little bit more to get the strings all stretched out, and you might want to monitor the tuning of the guitar and keep checking to make sure it's in tune before you feel like it's set and ready to go. But all we have left to do, like I said, is to just tune it. If there's one maintenance task you could and should be doing for yourself, it's changing your guitar strings. I'd recommend changing your electric guitar strings about every month or so, especially in the beginning, so it gets easier to master in less overall time. But you can let them go up to about 3 months and they should be fine, but I wouldn't go longer than that without changing them. This is a task, like learning how to play guitar, that requires consistency. And to make sure all your guitar skills get consistently better, I highly recommend you download that free practice guide. You can find the link for that in the description of this video, and you can also find it at ZachCharGuitar.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Zach with Zach Char Guitar, and I will see you in the next one.